Alanis Obomsawin. She's a musician and a filmmaker that was born in 1932 in New Hampshire, USA. However, she is from the Abenaki Nation, which is part of a larger Wabaniki Confederacy, a group of Native people in northern eastern United States and Canada. Alanis belongs to the Abenaki Nation, specifically the Odanak community in Quebec, Canada. The Abenaki are one of the Algonquin-speaking people and have rich cultural and historical presence in the northern eastern parts of North America. Here's a little documentary of her talking when she was younger and putting up a voice for her and her indigenous culture.
Well, it was very difficult, but while I was there, I kept reminding myself that I was there to document what was going on and not think of how I was treated, you know.
It was physically very hard, though, I assume.
Yes, it was, physically and mentally. And mainly because I am an Aboriginal woman. And, you know, like even the regular reporters, some of them had bad times, very bad times, like they got beat up or their equipment smashed and many things like that, or insulted, because, you know, people would see the news and they would look at themselves and they'd be angry, and they didn't, when they would see a crew or a camera person, they didn't.
If you're asking, are they First Nation, Métis, or Inuit? Alanis Obomsawin is a First Nation individual. First Nations refers to various indigenous people in Canada who neither Inuit or Métis. The Abenaki Nation to which she belongs is part of this group. There are so much things Alanis has done for her family and her community. Alanis has accomplished many great things in life. I believe she has lived to the fullest, doing everything she could to become a strong voice for her people. Her work will be remembered for generations, continuing to impact indigenous culture. Alanis is primarily known as a filmmaker and a documentary director, but she is also a singer, musician, and a storyteller. Throughout her career, she has used multiple forms of media to document and communicate the experiences, history, and traditions of indigenous people, especially those of her own community.
I am a Wabanaki woman. I come from Odanak in Quebec. Abenaki or Wabanaki means people from where the sun rises. I am so happy because this exhibition finally has come to Canada. It's wonderful because this is where I've lived since I'm 23 years old in Montreal. It was very important for me to do all I could to make sure that in the educational places start telling the truth and start teaching love instead of hate. I was hated a lot when I was a child in school because I went to a French school. When the teacher would open the book, L'Histoire du Canada, I knew I was going to get beat up that day. So I wanted no children should go through what I've been through. For a long time, people who had gone through the residential school system often wouldn't admit that they had gone there. What the reconciliation has done, which is extraordinary, instead of thinking, as a person who's gone through that kind of system, oh, there's going to be more hate towards me, or they're going to judge me. People love these people. They want to hug them. They want to tell them how sorry they are because they've gone through terrible stories.
There isn't a lot publicly available information about her ethnic family members. However, Alanis has often spoke about her family importance and the influence of her community on her work. Her family's background and cultural heritage have deeply shaped her personal and professional life.